all over the world. My name is Apostle Talent Farai Chiwenga. We have encountered several issues that are disturbing us as a ministry, and one of those issues, they relate to the social media articles that are circulating within our social network platforms, Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube. There are several accounts that have been created in the name of Apostle Chiwenga, and there are several messages that are being sent in the name of Apostle Chiwenga. Today we have come across a message that has been circulating since yesterday, titled Operation Neglect Musoja Nempurisa. This message has been circulating mostly on WhatsApp. So we have got the message. We want to read the message first of all, and after that I'm going to give a response to the said message, so that people that care to listen to our messages may be guided accordingly. The message is titled Operation Neglect to Colonies Musoja Nempurisa, and it reads as follows. As a concerned man of God and a citizen of Zimbabwe, today, 11 October, ndaona zvakakuomera iwe mwana womuZimbabwe. Saka there are Zimbabwean flags in that message. Watambura, washurwa, wakangwa nayo nhamo ikuiswa neZANU-PF. Kudemonstrata kuratidza kusafara kwako, asi ZANU-PF yakushandisa tsvimbo nematear gas emapurisa kuti ubatwe chibharo pamarights ako. Hanzi nyarara, hanzi ndinokupfuura, hanzi ifa wakanyarara, ini chirova dhongi newaya. Hezvino Adonija aenda, and Joab ari kuteera, tosarwa naye ED. So this is the first paragraph. The second paragraph reads as follows. Iwe ndiwe unogarisana nemapurisa mulocation nemasoja. As long ari mupurisa or musoja, let's begin an operation to leave and neglect them. Unoramba uchivanyengerera, ndianiko wako, ndivo vari kumora paroad vachishungurudza mavenda, iye ane salari yake inouya, iwe wakagara kumba. Makombi akurohwa, siyai zvimbwa sungata izvi, musakwidze mupurisa o musoja, imi vemakombi o mota. Let them walk from town kusvika kuwadzana. Hurumende ikuvapa simba rekukubatai. Muromo, imi vana veZimbabwe, ngaivape mabuses nemaloris ekutakurana kuvaendesa kubasa. Padzimba dzavanogara vapei main notice or vakwidzire rent from 150 to 700. Government ngaivavakire dzimba dzekugara, musanyengedzwe nenhema, taneta nekubatwa chibharo, masikati machena. Makambovaona vakuda kuenda kumba kuma5 kusiririsa kwavanoita, pakaiswa full stop mana pamberi panoti izvi hazvinei nemapati, asi zvine chekuita nemuZimbabwean wese ashungurudzika. Ndini wenyu Apostle Chiwenga. Pazasi pakabva panyorwa kunzi forward to every group, to every person wese muZimbabwean. Zviite, tatenda Mwari werugare ave nemi. This is the message which has been brought to my attention. This letter is purportedly written by Apostle Chiwenga. As far as I know, I am the only Apostle Chiwenga that is preaching the gospel of Christ here in Zimbabwe. If there is another Apostle Chiwenga, we will be informed kana tikazosangana navo. Message it is a very sensitive message. It sensitizes people into hatred, hating our security forces, our soldiers, and our police officers. This message was not sent by me, Apostle T.F. Chiwenga, or anybody who is in our ministry, Jesus Revelation Ministries. Our spokesperson is Pastor Gerald Baloy. He is not the one who communicated this message. This message is not good because it is speaking on behalf of somebody who has not given them authority to speak on our behalf. We have contacted the police regarding this issue. We are going to officially open, we are going to report to the Zimbabwe Republic Police. We feel that our rights are being violated. We feel that this is impersonation that is of a criminal nature, and it seeks to destroy the image of the messenger of Christ, the prisoner of Jesus Christ, Apostle T.F. Chiwenga, who is myself. Our role as ministers is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ so that sinners may be saved and come to salvation. Our role is not to send messages on any platform informing the people of Zimbabwe on what they should do regarding their leaders' demonstrations, civil disobedience, or whatever form of revolt that people may want to do. We feel that this message was sent by persons who have political interests but who do not have personalities that they can market their messages using their own identities. They are sending messages that are going to destroy our image in a bid to sway us from our objective, to disturb us, to discourage us, to create cold blood between us and our security system, which is there to protect our citizens. We regret that we have got such backward-minded people in our nation. We regret that we have got people who have become established enemies of the gospel to this level where they peddle falsehoods that are going to create a lot of confusion. Vanhu vachatanga kufunga kuti Apostle Chiwenga vari kurayira vanhu veZimbabwe kuti vapesane nemapurisa varwe namasoja. Hatina kumbobvira takataura mazwa akadaro. We don't encourage people to resist or to fight their government. Actually, the Bible, according to the book of Romans chapter 13, it teaches us to obey our leaders in the country, and we as a church encourage that through our messages. This is not something that is unique to Apostle Chiwenga. The gospel has been fought throughout its entire life, and I'm going to read 2 scriptures that are going to show you that I'm not the first person who is preaching the gospel of Christ, and people having failed to convince other people that we are preaching a faulty message because of the accuracy of our messages. They start to think about other strategies that are non-doctrinal to fight the gospel. In the book of Acts, chapter number 6, from verse number 9, it reads, "Then there arose Satan of the synagogue, which is called the synagogue of the Libertines and Cyrenians and Alexandrians, and of them of Cilicia and of Asia, disputing with Stephen. And they were not able to resist the wisdom and the spirit by which he spake. Then they suborned men which said, We have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against God. And they stirred up the people and the elders and the scribes, and came upon him and caught him and brought him to the council, and set up false witnesses, which said, This man ceaseth not to speak blasphemous words against this holy place and the law. For we have heard him say that this Jesus of Nazareth shall destroy this place and shall change the customs which Moses delivered us. We know that after these accusations were leveled against Stephen, it led to his unfortunate death. But the Bible is clear that these were false accusations leveled against the deacon of God, Deacon Stephen, who was just an humble minister of the true gospel of Jesus Christ. It did not happen to this man Stephen alone. In the book of Acts chapter 16 from verse number 16, the Bible says, "And it came to pass as we went to prayer, a certain damsel possessed with the spirit of divination met us, which brought a master's much gain by soothsaying. The same followed Paul and us and cried, saying, These men are the servants of the Most High God, which show unto us the way of salvation. And this did she many days, but Paul, being grieved, turned and said to the spirit, I command thee in the name of Jesus Christ to come out of her. And he came out the same hour. And when her masters saw that the hope of their gains was gone, they caught Paul and Silas and drew them into the marketplace unto the rulers, and brought them to the magistrates, saying, These men, being Jews, do exceedingly trouble our city, and teach customs which are not lawful for us to receive, neither to observe, being Romans. And the multitude rose up together against them, and the magistrates rent off their clothes and commanded to beat them. And when they had laid many stripes upon them, they cast them into prison, charging the jailer to keep them safely." Again, we see that Apostle Paul, having delivered a girl possessed by an evil divination spirit, there were people who were getting a lot of gain, a lot of money through her works of divination. After seeing that their hope of gain was lost because the girl was delivered, by the grace of God, using Paul as a vessel, they brought Paul and Silas unto the magistrates, and they leveled false accusations against Paul and Silas. Their clothes were torn up, and they were beaten, and after they were beaten, they were cast into prison. I want to specifically emphasize one thing about my assignment. I am not afraid to die for the gospel of Jesus Christ. But when it comes to people who are using the name of Apostle Chiwenga to lie that Apostle Chiwenga is inciting the people of Zimbabwe to fight our soldiers and our police officers who are doing a great job in defending our nation, that is not good. And I believe that a man or a woman who sits down to write such a message is a coward and a hypocrite. You cannot want to spread a message using somebody's personality. If you are a true politician who wants to achieve your political agendas, why do you not use your identity so that people, when they follow you, they know who they are following? I am not a politician, I am a preacher of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And those that have listened to my messages for the past 7 years, they know that when they read such a message, not only don't I use this shallow language, I am not also a man who is interested in peripheral worldly issues that do not propagate the message of Christ. There are so many messages that are circulating, being sent by Apostle Chiwenga, presumably, allegedly. Most of those messages are false. If you want to know what Apostle Chiwenga says, you can visit our website www.grm.zw.org. www.grm.org.zw. I beg your pardon there. That is our website address. We do have a Facebook page where we live stream our services. The Facebook page is titled Apostle T.F. Chiwenga Ministries. We do have a YouTube account that is titled Jesus Revelation Ministries. You can listen to our sermons, you can watch our videos. This message was not sent by Apostle T.F. Chiwenga, it was sent by any enemy of the gospel. But I want to warn these people that the Bible, according to Acts, the book of Acts, verse number 5, Acts chapter 9, the Lord said unto Paul, I am Jesus whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. Under the sun there is nobody who has ever fought against God and won against God in that battle. If you begin to fight the gospel, you have Jesus to contend with. We are not going to do anything about it. We know Jesus, the one that we preach. He shall stand up to defend his gospel and vindicate those that are with a clear conscience serving him in testifying about his suffering. I thank you.
Thank you, viewers, and thank you for supporting us. Unfortunately, we are unable to take some of your views and comments and some of the questions that you are asking. Probably our producers will give us some of the messages that are coming in so that Apostle can take time to answer some of the questions. But before you go, let me ask him one or two questions. Apostle, there are a lot of issues that goes around on Facebook. I just want you to clarify something else that has been going on. There is a Facebook account, TF Chiwenga, purportedly run by your ministry. And on this again, whoever is running the account, if it is your church, there was an issue that was raised within the comment that you were asking for money, for donations, so that you can help or assist orphans in Nigeria. Have you ever, or is it your account, that this account, TF Chiwenga, belongs to you?
That is not true, my brother. I do not have a Facebook account. Andina account inonzi TF Chiwenga inoranwa neni. We only have ministry accounts. And when we say ministry accounts, we are talking about church accounts. Apostle TF Chiwenga Ministries is not a personal Facebook account.
Okay.
It is a Facebook page that is run by our media department, where we use that platform to preach the word of God. Outside that, we have another Facebook account which is called Jesus Revelation Ministries. Apostle Chiwenga does not have a personal Facebook account.
But okay.
And
that,
yes.
There is for the church. But why is it you don't have a personal account?
The reason why I do not have a personal Facebook account, it is because I'm a very busy man.
Okay.
I don't have time to sit on Facebook and do what others do, sending their pictures and interacting with other people. I've got a very important job, and that is to preach the gospel. The platforms that we are using on social media, they are there to give us an advantage to reach out to those that God wants to call and give them salvation. The man who created that account, our media department reported him to the Facebook company that he was misrepresenting Apostle Chiwenga to swindle and defraud people of their hard-earned money in the name of charity work, philanthropic work. Why could Apostle Chiwenga be raising money to look after orphans that are in Nigeria? Are there no orphans in Zimbabwe? Are there no orphans in our church? That is not true. That account was a fake account, and those people are only but thieves who are using maybe the many viewers that we have to see that if I can use the name of this man, then I can have mileage in getting more viewers also and getting money out of it. Our role is not to get money from the people. Our role is to preach Jesus and get people saved.
Then, Apostle, there was also an issue that went viral on social media, and it became a topical issue in the last 2 weeks. On this, there's a video where some people came, abducted you. For those that were also putting some comments, they said 4 men came in purportedly to be security agents who took you to an unknown place, and it was on a Friday, and some of the information said the man is passed on, and your relatives, I think, maybe even your wife, they were waiting for your body to be presented to them. But here we are talking to face. Can you just take this opportunity to clarify to the viewers what really happened on the 21st of September?
Thank you. We did communicate through our spokesperson, Pastor Baloi, regarding that issue, clarifying that confusion that had troubled our people. We do have honest people who are earnestly following us because they are being blessed by our messages. They were also disturbed when they got the news that Apostle Chiwenga has been abducted by security officers, security agents, and is missing. I'm told that there were fundraisings that happened all over the world, where people were raising money to look for Apostle Chiwenga. The truth is, I was never abducted. I don't know how a person who does not know where Apostle Chiwenga lives, he is not communicated with Apostle Chiwenga for the past 12 months. He has never called me and spoken to me. How does that person say I am missing? If my wife does not say I'm missing, if those that I work with in the ministry do not say that I'm missing, how is it possible that somebody from UK says Apostle Chiwenga is missing? Those are just cowards, like I said, vagabonds, people who are reprobate-minded, enemies of the gospel, who are bent on tarnishing our image and gaining money using our name. On the day in question, the 21st of September, it was on a Friday. I was doing our outreach programs at our usual place. We call it Pagomba, the intersection between First Street and Speak Avenue. The police, the ZRP, have got an ongoing operation where they are trying to clean the CBD, where they are trying to remove illegal vending. They were having an engagement with those vendors who were fleeing away from the police officers. And the vendors who were running away from the police officers, they tried to seek refuge by coming to where we were. And so the police officers came, Patai Palidzira, and that is what happened. We never ran away. We stood up. We spoke to the police officers. They know that we preach there. We are not preaching there illegally, neither were we vending. And after that, we went home. There was nothing sinister that ever happened on that particular day. And we regret that there are people who have time to go and record live videos, solicit for money, looking for a man that they are not in contact with for the rest of their lives. So
are you telling me and the viewers that are watching live right now that there were no phone calls that were made by the new finance minister Mutuli and the British ambassador? Because that is some of the message that eventually gave hope to your followers as well, that he's now safe because Mutuli and British ambassador, they have called the police or those that have abducted you so that you'll be released.
Yes, I also came across that message. I was seated in my house and I came across the message which was saying those things that Minister of Finance, Honorable Mutuli and the British ambassador have spoken to government officials negotiating that I should be released. That was not true. How can a person be released when he is not missing when he's not abducted. I was not abducted, and I think, like I said earlier on, the people who are spreading those rumors, they are like vultures, they are like predators, who when they think that they are broke, they want to get money, they want to get gain, they always find out, they always look out to see who they can prey on. And it is unfortunate that because of my duty, my role, and my assignment, that of preaching the gospel of Christ, there are people who see me as an opportunity to get money without working for it.
So when you read like the message, the first one that you read, and also you come across some of like the Facebook account, the fake Facebook account that we're talking about, how do you handle that as a person? Unotoona hope kutorara unoita sei? Kuti adzimai avazoti ko chiko chikunetsa muti kutenderera pamberi.
Yes, you cannot experience those things and say you have not been moved by them. I'm a preacher, and preaching is a spiritual assignment, but I'm also a human being. And there are certain falsehoods which when they are spread, they will affect you. But I thank God that I don't lose focus, because I know that as long as the Jesus that I preach wants me to be alive, I will be alive. When it is time for me to go home, it is actually the better place for me to be than to be in this world. But as long as the Lord, it pleases Him that I should be around and reach out to those that are lost in the false gospel to come to the true doctrine, I believe that the Lord will protect me. I may encounter these challenges. We see Paul was beaten up, he was imprisoned. Those are things that are typical experiences for a true preacher of the gospel. There's nothing strange in this. We just do these conferences to clarify these falsehoods, because we don't want people to lose sleep because they are receiving a message which they think that it is sent by Apostle Chiwenga, when I am not the one who sends such misleading message. When somebody creates a message like this, he's trying to cause a very serious trouble in a nation like ours, where people have got their problems, they are trying to cope up with the economic difficulties that we have. And when they see such a message, some of them who believe that it is true that Apostle Chiwenga has sent this message, but I'm not the one who sent this message. And this message has been created by enemies of Jesus Christ, and they will answer to those issues on the day of His final coming.
Before we go, why do you choose to go and preach Pagomba in the first street?
Street preaching, I didn't choose to preach in the streets. When you are a servant of Jesus Christ, you do not decide what you want to do. You are given instructions. Jesus himself was a street preacher. Paul was a street preacher, and so was Peter and other apostles. When you are preaching, you are taking the message of life, the message of hope, the message of salvation to where people are. So we cannot quarantine ourselves in the confines of our church building and say people are going to come. We have to reach out to them. The Lord sent me to preach not only at First Street, but wherever the Lord sends me to preach, I go. We did crusades in Chiwenga, we did outreach programs in Marondera, we did outreach programs in Kwekwe, Mashingo, Bindura, Mtare, and a week ago I was in Cape Town. So we go where the Lord instructs us to go. We don't choose to do that. If we are going to get into trouble because we are doing what the Lord has instructed us to do, then let the will of the Lord prevail.
For the benefit of the viewers that are joining us for the first time, when you are not Pagomba, where can they find Apostle Chiwenga?
Apostle Chiwenga is found at number 88 Harare Street, 4th floor. That's where our church is. We do services on Wednesday. It's a midweek service starting from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We also do a Sunday service starting from 9 a.m. Up to around 6 p.m. We also live stream those services, so those who want to follow us, they can follow us there. We have our presence on the media. We've got a Facebook page, Apostle TF Chiwenga Ministries. Like I said earlier on, it's a church account. We have got a YouTube account, Jesus Revelation Ministries. We also have a Twitter handle. You can follow us on those platforms. But for those who would want to call, say they've received a message that is confusing, our spokesperson is Pastor Gerald Baloy, and his official number is +263 773 005 000, +263 773 005 000. That is Pastor Baloy's number. Any form of communication that happens on behalf of Jesus Revelation Ministries or Apostle Chiwenga, or anything that happens in the church that we want to communicate, this is how we communicate. We communicate through our website, www.gri.org.zw, or the platforms that I've alluded to earlier on.
Thank you very much, Apostle Chiwenga.
You're welcome, my
You are
brother.
a busy man. Let me release you from here.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, viewers. There you are. You have heard it from Apostle Chiwenga. We had to drag him from Pagomba or from number 88 Market House so that he can come and clarify some of the issues that have been circulating on social media. This is one of those first programs where we will invite him so that he can come and clarify some of the issues that will be going on social media. And you have heard it, where you are supposed to find him. Leave those fake Facebook account. He has said it. Thank you, viewers. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your views and comments. For now, bye-bye.